I'm rolling. I'm hyped up.
Yeah.
This Afghanistan shit is
It's wild. It's Liddy, as they say.
You are now listening to the nation's #1 entirely pro-Biden.
I mean,
dude,
we have joined.
oh my
we
God.
have joined the riding with Biden movement.
Who else is there to stand up for the guy?
We're not, we're not these other places that were like, when he was first bubbling, like 78 years ago. They were like, yeah, Biden rocks. When he was doing all the things that suck, they were like, Biden rocks. When, he was plagiarizing for Neil Kinnock, they were like, that's Neil Kinnock actually won. They lied. We weren't there. We weren't there because like a true friend like criticizes their friends when they won't let them leave the house in certain outfits. Like, you look bad, Joe. But now that he's like literally the only president who's fighting the deep state. Donald Trump talked about fighting the deep state, but they were like, you're gonna look like a loser and we're gonna kill your family. And then Joe was like, I've looked like a loser my entire life, and like that already, like everything bad that can happen. Well, you're gonna kill me. I'm gonna die like tomorrow.
What are you gonna kill me? You're gonna kill my family?
Yeah, I fucking dare you.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, the good son's already dead.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna. Who was that? Was that Ev? Who's like, we're gonna plant drugs on Hunter? It's like too late. No, he's fighting the deep state because he's like, who knows why? It doesn't matter. Maybe he thinks it's like 2011, like you said, Will, that he's telling Obama to pull out again. He doesn't realize that he's Obama now. Maybe he thinks it's Vietnam. Maybe he thinks we're pulling out of the Philippines. There's no way of telling, but he is. What's important is he's fighting the deep state, and the most important, he's fulfilling what LaRoche was never able to do. He's fighting Britain.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. When this is like an hour before we started recording, but when I saw the news item about how he left Boris Johnson's bitch ass on read for 36 hours when he was just like, oh, I'm going to pick up the phone. This Afghanistan shit is a shambles, mate. And Biden was just like, click.
The Khyber Pass.
Click. Britain's experiencing Suez Canal Part 2 right now, and they're losing their fucking minds. And Biden is just like, I'm getting ice cream, man. I'll call you up tomorrow.
Yeah. Biden's going to call him back and be like, my granddaughter gave me some of the oatmeal ice cream. I said, how the hell did you get oats in the ice cream? That's not going to taste good. You're talking about something at breakfast. You're not eating till 3, 4, even 5 p.m. But don't let Dr. Jill Biden, my great wife, know that I'm eating ice cream before she makes her chicken parmesan. That's how he says chicken parmesan. Chicken parmesan.
Okay, no, but like, that was the fucking cherry on top of the sundae, because like I swear to God, like what Biden has shown me this last week is that like I said this like half jokingly, but like I mean like just for this issue alone, like by hook or by crook, if he sticks to his guns on this, he will go down as the best American president of my lifetime, if not one of the greatest of all time. Because like who else other than him could have done this? I mean, look, they would have killed Bernie Sanders before he even got a chance to do it, but like Donald Trump wouldn't have done it. His handsome, beautiful generals. He was too afraid of them.
Yeah,
he was too
Donald
fucking
Trump
seduced by them.
doesn't even like his family, and they were like, "We'll kill your family," and he was like, "Oh no."
No, I think I don't even think they got to that point with him. Because I think he definitely wanted to pull out before Election Day 2020 as, look at I did, populist thing. I got out of Afghanistan, but they told him that this would happen. And that, we're going to get run out of the country and you're going to look like a loser. And because he's a fucking pussy, he said, okay, never mind. And so even though he had made the deal with the Taliban and it helped make conditions on the ground so that pullout was inevitable, he didn't get any of the fucking benefit out of it. He just kept dragging along. He would have stayed dragging along for the next 4 years if he'd gotten back in there, because they just would have kept telling him, you look like a loser.
Exactly. And
so he bitch-assedly said no. They say it to Biden. He's like, yeah, fuck off. I don't care. I'm a loser. Why don't you kill me?
This gets to like what Felix, you said in our last episode that I think really like gets to the heart of the matter, is that like Trump, like despite the fact that like, he released all the leaders of the Taliban and like like negotiated this exact pullout. You're exactly right. Because like he knows that like he doesn't want to get involved in wars because he doesn't want to be a loser. But when he they were like, yes, you will look like a loser when these very news footage that we're seeing now from Kabul is happening. And he was too afraid of being described as in the media a loser. And what you said about Biden is so true, is that like he is America's loser. And like what you said about like to be like this whole like the based Biden thing is like the one president who's like actually making a decision that does put America first. the thing about being based in America is like it's such a dumb phrase that's become like, the internet jargon that like just is poisoning our minds. But like really the truthful thing that it does describe is that to be based in 21st century America means to be a loser.
Yes.
But it's to be a loser who is comfortable with being a loser. And it's like Alex Nichols, what he said, I've been thinking about it all week, where he said, being based means that you're a protagonist of an Ayn Rand novel, but without any talent or ambition.
Right.
Which just basically means you do what you want and don't care when people get mad at you.
Yes, because caring what other people think is prison. It dooms you. You cannot be authentic if you do that. And that is what kept every president in this fucking thing. I mean, obviously, the fact that it was a giant cash cow for defense contractors is the reason that we would never leave. That's the reason that the machinery in the deep state would never get out. But, the president does have, as we see, the ability to just say no, because I have a political stake in ending this thing. But all of them were too scared of what people were going to think. All of them were big pussies.
The most purportedly based Americans, they're the same as everyone else. Their entire presentation is based on other people thinking it's cool. Whether it's like a fucking 19-year-old who thinks he's a knight hospitalier, whether it's a fucking like guy who pretends he's a member of the Shining Path even though he lives in Silver Spring, Maryland, whoever. We're all the same fucking asshole taking the same aesthetic to make people think we're based. Oh, I don't care what you think of me. I'm going to do this anyway. No, the reason you're doing that is because of how much you care about people thinking about you.
Yes.
The most based kid at your school, you know who it is? It's the kid with like both types of acne who like tries to go Super Saiyan when there's a surprise quiz. People call him like a gay loser every day. He doesn't care. He's based. He's still gonna do that. And he's still gonna like scream at like the school administrative assistant in the principal's office about like Naruto dubbing. He doesn't give a fuck. And that's Joe. Donald Trump isn't based. He's like he doesn't care about anything but what people think about him.
Yes, that's all he cares about. And that's the same thing as Obama. The last two presidents we have are absolute slaves to this. We know now that, Obama, one of the things that kept him in Afghanistan was that he was worried what David fucking Brooks would think about him.
Yeah. He read a David Brooks op-ed piece where David Brooks talked to top intelligence intellectuals and defense analysts. And they all said, we're worried not about Obama the man, we're worried about his commitment. We're worried about whether he has like the stones, the determination to just continue doubling down on an absolutely failed strategy, and then continuing to take the advice of all the same people who authored that failure. And like, here's the thing: I watched Biden do a one-on-one interview with George Stephanopoulos on ABC News last night, and Stephanopoulos was like standing in for the entire like quote unquote objective media and giving him every opportunity to just be like, Joe, isn't it time for you to admit this was a mistake? I mean, do you take responsibility for this? What about the Taliban? I mean, couldn't this have been done better? And he was just like, no.
So you don't think this could have been handled? This actually could have been handled better in any way? No mistakes?
No, I don't think it could have been handled in a way that we're going to go back in hindsight and look, but the idea that somehow there's a way to have gotten out without chaos ensuing, I don't know how that happens. I don't know how that happened.
So for you, that was always priced into the decision?
Yes.
And I swear to God, like that's what I mean is like, I did not think Biden was actually going to pull out of Afghanistan. I did not believe that was the case. I'm happy to be proven wrong about that. But like, he has legitimately done something that I did not think I would live to see an American president do.
I thought we would be there
and
forever.
We're seeing why. Everybody who matters is on the same page here. And even the fucking fake ass based nationalists who thought that Trump was going to do America first shit have now decided, Afghanistan, of course, we were going to get out, but we were going to do it the right way. It's like, fuck you. No, there's no such thing.
What's the right way,
you fucking
dumbass?
Coward. Shut the fuck up. You're the big, no one's a bigger bitch.
Look at them crying about like the Taliban getting those like weapons caches. Oh no, they have guns, the thing they never had before. Oh no, they know what a helicopter is. You fucking pussy. You think they're going to come kill your fucking bitch ass? You're going to die from the fucking slop you eat. Just like every other fucking American.
And then what Stephanopoulos, what he said to Stephanopoulos, he was like, yeah, he was like, George, like I see these images and I feel bad and I take responsibility for it. But he was like, look, regardless of what the intelligence said or like whether we got that wrong or like, yeah, like everything we said a month ago has been like, dramatically proven wrong about how fast this would happen. But he said, there's no way that like America can pull out of a war like this or a country like that and not have chaos follow in our wake. There is no way. And like, by the way, speaking of like the MAGA people, I mean, I always go to Frank Stallone when I want to know like what Trump's America
Yeah,
is
he
thinking about
really
this.
is like the id there. Yeah.
And he has like the absolute boomer brain poisoning of just being like, he's been posting so strong this week, and it's just all about how Biden is the greatest disgrace in American history. This is the worst defeat America has ever suffered. And then he's like, but in the same Instagram post, he's like, yes, I know Trump was going to withdraw, but he would have done it smart. He wouldn't have let these scumbags have all of our weapons. It's like, oh yeah, he would have we would have spent the next 20 years going around Afghanistan collecting every single bullet and rifle that we spent $1 trillion giving their fucking fake ass military. And then I saw some other guy
going to do a gun buyback program.
Talk about how we left behind 40-year-old Black Hawk helicopters that China will now have access to. And it's just like, oh no, they figured out flight. Oh, dude, we're fucked.
God. China's going to have the helicopter that got taken down by slingshots. Holy shit. Oh, no. Well, to kiss everything goodbye. I hope you learn Mandarin.
And now
my God. These, like, yeah, no.
Now they can crash into bin Laden's suburban home in Pakistan.
Yeah. Okay, that thing is that Trump would have done it the right way. That's the thing Trump excelled at, logistics. No matter what you think about him, he was a details guy, right? We always saw that.
And like, I never thought I would see it, but he is facing, as I said last episode, a full court press of the entire media and his own party. Like, because not only would Trump not have done this, no other Democrat would have done this. You think
no.
Pete Buttigieg or Kamala Harris or fucking Elizabeth Warren would have fucking...
No, because the thing that they're more scared of than anything in the world is exactly what is happening now. People on TV saying that they're pussies.
That's all.
People on TV saying that they're whatever word it is, irresponsible, don't have determination, whatever. That's what they're fucking terrified of.
And
none of them would have been able to put up with it.
And look, I mean, I don't know. I'm not like it's hard to put too much confidence in Joe Biden or his administration or Tony Blinken's State Department. But if he stands firm on this, it would be like a genuinely stunning thing to occur, which is in the face of like a unified media and political pressure to just be like, what about our brave sons and daughters? What about these Gold Star families who now have to was their sacrifice of their child in vain? To just simply say, to break the sunk lost fallacy and just say, yeah, it's terrible, but like nothing we are going to do, it would change the outcome. And I'm not going to spend a single other dollar or life to fucking to continue your fantasy of like that this war was worthwhile or that an outcome would be changed.
Did you see on that same interview where he said, well, yeah, there's suffering everywhere. Do you think you've solved those problems by invading? It makes you go where was that Joe when he voted for this war? When he voted for Iraq?
Well, I mean, look, he's a piece of shit.
50 years. He's a piece of shit.
But he's the right piece of shit.
He was right.
He's the right piece of shit for this time and place. He's the piece of shit we deserve.
The turd has risen to the top of the punch bowl.
Yeah. God is a greater writer of comedy than any human can be.
Yeah. I mean, there is obviously, it is a double-edged sword to be at the whim of a demented old man and hostage basically to his particular weirdness. So, and on one side you got, he's willing to take the hit on Afghanistan and say, fuck off. But on the other hand, even though it would be hugely to the Democrats' political fortunes to do things like, I don't know, get rid of student loan debt or legalize weed federally, he's not going to do that because the same freak brain that's fixated on getting out of Afghanistan is also fixated on those policies. But so, hey, you know what? You take the good with the bad. And at least you have to be able to acknowledge that this is genuinely a break from a pattern of a thought process in power that was not going to be shattered any other way. Nothing else was going to get us out of Afghanistan shy of some sort of massive natural catastrophe or breakdown of law and order than a individual president who just didn't give a fuck.
this is a bigger deal than the Iran deal. Like, I'm sorry, it just is. The Iran deal.
Well, the Iran deal had supporters in the elite of like America's foreign policy, like power corridors or whatever you want to call it.
And at this point, it might as well never fucking happened. You know why one of the reasons they're freaking out so much? They're not going to get Americans to redeploy.
Exactly.
They're not going to get us to go back in there.
Exactly.
Joe ended it. You're not going to. We're not.
Because, like, look, the Iran deal. You're right. Might as well not have happened. They may try to restart it. Whatever. Like, I hope they do. But like, and the next president can come on and just erase that. There is no president that's going to come after Joe that is going to recommit American soldiers to Afghanistan. It's impossible.
Yeah, we're done with it. We're done with it. And this is, I think, the most courageous act I've ever seen a president take in my lifetime. I don't think anything comes close, even.
And then just the added benefit of just pissing on the British too. Did you see
Love
the thing
that.
where